Hi everyone, in this tutorial I will show you how to convert a 2D isometric piping drawing into a simple 3D visual in AutoCAD. The goal here isn't full 3D modeling, but to make your isometric drawing easier to read by rotating it using the ViewCube. For the part 1, we were going to initial setup. First, set up your workspace. Go to the View Cube and click one of the corner views. In my case, I'm using the view where the north direction face upright. Turn on snap mode to help control your drawing direction. You can also enable ortho mode if needed for better alignment.
Now we're gonna create some starting point. I like to make this because it helps me to easier to see where the center point of the workspace. We can just type 0 and then tap and then 0 so that the circle is like on this axis. And then to make the actual pipeline, we use the line tool right here. First, move the mouse to the circle, and then if we go to the center, a green circle gonna show up. It indicates that we're already in the center, so we don't have to manually input the 0, 0 again. So this is the pipeline. To start drawing the pipeline, for example, we see, so this is the actual mechanical drawing that I have. I want to make this vertical line. The length is 1000 millimeters. So let's make the cursor go up and then don't press anything, but we type 1000, enter. Okay, so the line here is already 1000 millimeter in length. After that, we look again at the mechanical drawing. The next line is going to the left, up left, right here. The length is 750 and then 1540. So go here, your mouse go here, you type 750, enter, and then continue with 1540, 40, enter. Okay, so go on and go on. But if you want to change direction, just move your cursor. For example, if you want to go down, just go down, left, back up, left, right. Okay, so that's how we make the pipeline, basically. Continue drawing like this until whatever you want to redraw on the AutoCAD is finished. So we want to redraw exactly like this. I'm going to show you how to make this angled pipeline like the original drawing. The way to recreate this is that we have to make the triangle first and then use this hypotenuse line as the angled line. Okay, so I'm gonna make the uppers. Wait. Okay, let's see on this line, on this triangle. This line is 1520. Let's make a line going to the right. The length is 1520. Okay, enter. Let's look again. To the left, pipeline, the guideline to the left is 1520. Also make this 1520. Just type it. And then, like I said, we use the hypotenuse as the actual pipeline in the plan. This is 2050, but we can just connect it to the first guideline. So this is your angled line. If we rotate using the ViewCube, you can see it's already angled. We can just erase this. Even though we cannot see on the original view that it's angled, this is why my method is maybe useful for you, because we can see that how it is on the actual reality.
Now we are on part 2. We're going to adding elbow and valve. For elbow, type sphere and use the 3D sphere to represent elbow. Place it at the appropriate location based on your drawing. Adjust the size to match your pipe dimension.
So elbow On the original mechanical drawing, we can see right here, there's a black little dots here. It indicates that on this corner, this is not an actual 90 degrees pipe, but it's more like an elbow. So they show it with the black dots. So we recreate that with the sphere tools on the AutoCAD. This looks like lines because the setting is still in 2D wireframe. If we want to change it into the actual sphere, we change it into realistic. We can see here. But to make the laptop easier to render, just go back to wireframe, that's okay. And then after you make one sphere, we can just copy into the other side of the elbow. Click the middle, it's going to move the sphere right here. Make sure you snap it onto the pipeline so that it actually snapped to the pipeline and not on the workspace. And if we rotate the ViewCube, you can see this sphere is on the pipeline.
Now let's add valve. First, look at the reference image to identify the type of valve shown. In this case, it resembles a ball valve. Then, draw it in AutoCAD.
How I draw it is first I make some guidelines. You don't have to care about the dimension because we can rescale it later, like this. And then as we can see on the reference image, there are like 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles. Let's make that triangles first. So maybe right here, go down, and then we copy to make the guideline the same length. Sampai dipotong. After the guideline is finished, then let's kind of make that triangle. Okay, we can turn off the snap mode if it's too hard to control the mouse. This is the end here. And then how I do it to make me easier to do, I make another guideline so that I can just copy this triangle and mirror to the other side to make the other two triangles. So here's like this. Don't erase the source object. Okay, after we make this, we just need to add the circle after that. Now the way I make the circle, let's click on the circle tools right here. Click on the pipeline. Just make any type of any dimension of the circle. That's okay. We can rescale. Okay, because it's still facing up and not the same view as the valve. How to rotate is that let's type rotate. Choose the third one here, the 3D rotate, and click on the circle and enter. Now because we want the circle to facing this way, click on the green lines and then move your mouse until it facing the right way. Now we can just move it. Right click on the mouse, move, choose the midpoint of the circle here with the green circle. Move it to the valve. Okay. Now it's already kind of looks like this valve, like the drawing. We just have to erase manually. Here, erase. You can make this bigger maybe. So that's how you make the valve. If we rotate the ViewCube, the valve is connected to the pipeline, and any rotation, it will follow the pipeline. We can go back. If you want to go back to the original view, just click on the corner again.
Now we are on part 3. We're going to annotation. First thing we're gonna do is add a mark that telling this pipeline is connected to other pipeline as shown on the drawing is by using kind of S-line with a dash line. Use the arc tool to make the S shape manually.
Because we want to make an S, we need to have we can just copy paste, and then we need to flip it with the 3D rotate. Choose the blue line until it rotates, and then we can move it until it's making an S shape. And Then we move it again, choose the middle part, move it to the pipeline. Okay, now we just made the S, but the S is still facing up. We want the S to be facing the pipeline. How to do it is, again, we can use the rotate feature. Block the S, search for rotate, choose the red circle until it's facing this way. All right. But because it's too big, let's use scale. Right click, scale, choose any part of the S. You can just scale it. All right. Now it looks more proper. Same like the original drawing. As you can see here, here's the S.
Then before we can insert dash line, we must manually add the line type by clicking properties. And then we're going to click line type. On the bottom, click other and then click load. For me, I use the ISO dash. Double click the ISO dash. Then click OK.
Now how to change this regular line into into a dash line is that we click it and then right click on your mouse, go to properties, look at the line type here and then click it. You can change into ISO dash. Okay. If you feel like the dash is too small or too big, you can change the scale by using the line type scale. Maybe we want to make it bigger, change it into 2, enter. Oh, we need to block it first. Change it into 2, enter. Okay, and now as you can see, the dash line is kind of looks bigger. Maybe we can change it to 3. Okay, so that's how you make the dash line. Now this looks really similar with the original mechanical drawing.
And now we're going to add the name of the pipeline number. We're going to click the text. We use single line. Then click the pipeline. And then enter. For example, our pipeline name is SG1402. Then click here and then escape.
Now that the pipeline number is already here, you need to really make sure that the name of the pipeline is parallel with the pipeline because you don't want it to be like this. Like this. You might see from this angle that it is already beside the pipeline, but actually when you rotate with the ViewCube, the line number is kind of like above it, not really parallel with it. So to really make sure that it's connected with the pipeline, click on the name and then click on the pipeline. And then from here, we can adjust the distance with the pipeline. Now it's still on this way. We want to make the pipeline name parallel with the pipeline. We can use the rotate feature again. 3D rotate, then click your pipeline name, enter. Click the blue line because we want to rotate it like this. Now make sure this connected with the pipeline and then adjust the distance like this. If you want to make this look smaller or bigger, just right click, use scale, click on the base point, and then adjust like this. Adjust manually like this. Click, just click it. All right, now we have the name of the pipeline.
After we finish the drawing, we can plot into PDF. First, type plot. On printer, choose drawing to PDF. And then select ISO A3. And then on the what to plot, choose Windows, then drag your mouse, then really make sure all your drawing is included to the plot. Enable center to plot. Set the shading to realistic. The elbow appear as full circle. Then click OK. Then click Save. And that's it. You now have an isometric piping drawing that you can rotate in 3D using the ViewCube, making it much easier to visualize.
Okay, guys, if you found this tutorial really helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more CAD tutorials. And please write in the comments what do you want to ask me. I'm gonna answer as best as I can. Bye bye.